What is good, people? We are live for episode 6. We got some good topics for y'all tonight. This is Swift. I'm starting this thing out. And of course, I'm coming with the 1884 Uncle Nearest this time.
Hey.
With my
Mm. This your boy T. I'm back with Old Faithful Honey Jack. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's that Honey Jack with Sprite.
Yo, it's Jay Ward. Somebody said I was the feminist on the show. I don't know if I agree with that, but I'm trying to bring out some bias, and I'm drinking the Members Mark cheap tequila from Sam's, less than $20, and I promise you, it's just as good as any tequila you can get.
Dispute that one, young man.
Mm.
This your boy Coley coming from the Jack. As you can see, IBB a king, so I'm gonna represent a king, Uncle Nearest. Shout out to my people who definitely still going through the pandemic. Everybody stay strong during the social distance.
And I'm CJB here. I got the red wine. I'm keeping it mellow tonight, so no Uncle Nearest for tonight.
be like an Uncle Nearest. So we're going to jump right into it. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Got to introduce yourself. You finally got in this thing. It's about time.
Young Rob.
What's going on, fellas?
What is
Talk
that?
to me.
So, Bob,
So, brother Rob, military bros, back in this thing again from Tampa, Florida, from Bolton, Monkey Town, Mississippi. What's good? What's good?
You know your country.
So we're going to start this thing off like this right here. It is 2020. We have a lot of people dating. We have people in committed relationships, so on and so forth. But there's been some talk on social media, like what is the difference? Are you only dating one person? Are you dating multiple people? This one young lady said, when you're dating, don't just date one person, date multiple people, because don't limit yourself to just one person, because that may not be good in the long run. So, fellas, I want to ask y'all, the ones that single and the ones that was single, how did y'all date when y'all was single? Did y'all date around? Did y'all date just one person and give all your time and attention to that one person to build to a committed relationship, or did you date around? How did they go?
when I
I'll
was
start.
single, you'll start. Go ahead.
AJ Ward.
All right, so let me just jump in and say this first of all. We have to understand what dating is, and there is a difference between just talking to somebody and dating. Because we go to the movies twice, that does not mean we're dating. Okay. And I think people misconstrue that. Other races, they date 12 people at a time because it's just dating. But a lot of times, I know when I was younger, people felt like, oh, we was just at the movies. Now you at the movies with another girl. You ain't no good. You a hoe, you a dog, you this, and you this. And I'm like, but we never came to any agreement that we were anything more than what we did was went to the movies. All right. Just because we talk every day, we can go eat, we can go bowling and all that. But if there's no established thing saying that, hey, we are exclusively dating, then you are welcome to date anybody else that you want. Now, if you want to smash all them people, that's on you. But dating itself is just, going to get to know multiple people. Why not? You can date whoever you want to date. And so a lot of people, me in my scumbag days, I used to keep that gray area because then when they say, well, you ain't no good, I'm like, well, when we start talking, when did we become a couple? We just talking. The talking is the gray area that you keep. So, we just talking. That's ambiguous. We haven't decided on anything more serious yet. So you can't get mad at me if I'm with someone else because we never established these rules. So I feel like if you want somebody to be exclusive with you, then you have to establish that and you have to explicitly say that, like, hey, we are exclusive and we only date each other. Other than that, I feel like you're welcome to do whatever you want to do.
Okay. Jay, Corey, what you got for me?
I agree with Jay Ward. I agree that you can do whatever it is you want to do, but you have to be vocal about your intentions, like so you won't lead nobody on. Like you can't be like, you the only one I'm talking to, this, and this, but just saying what you want to say just so you can get in. But you telling her, look, I'm open, I'm not committed to you, single, then you feel free to do what you want to do. Like Jay Ward said, when you're dating, it's like you're basically figuring out what you want in a particular mate, and you have to understand what you want before you even get exclusive. So I think a lot of people kind of fail to realize that, and they end up choosing to be exclusive with the wrong person. But as long as you're not leading anybody on, like, having somebody thinking they got something that they don't have, I don't see nothing wrong with dating multiple people at one time.
So,
like, I know from my experience, I was single for 6 years before I started talking to my fiance. So over that time period, I knew what I wanted, and I wasn't settling for anything less than what I wanted. So if you didn't meet what I wanted, it wasn't going anywhere.
So what it sounds like is from Jay Ward and CJP, y'all saying what it comes down to is communication. You got to communicate with the person, let them know your intentions, how you date, and what you're looking for as far as what they're doing. But we still haven't really get to it. Like, what is dating? Like, what does dating mean? What is the definition of dating? Because Jay Ward said it's not just going to the movies, but some people think, you go to the movies, you dating somebody. So I see Rob nod, so I'm going to slide. What is dating? Like, what does that mean?
That's an awesome question, but the definition is going to be defined by who the two people are. I mean, some people think dating is going to the movies. Some people think dating is rolling and going to the movies. I mean, it all depends on the two people. The issue arises is when you're clear and people try to put relationship stipulations on you before you're in a relationship. That's the issue. That's usually where the issue arises. If you're not in a relationship, you are not tied to that one person unless you told that one person we're in a relationship. And I know for me and a lot of my bros, we're pretty upfront and pretty blunt as far as how we feel. I don't know a lot of pillow talking people that I associate with. I'll say that. I don't know a lot, but if you're clear, there should not be any confusion. There usually is, because one person either, feels strongly about the other person and people's feelings get involved. But if the person's been clear and no one said we are exclusive, we're in a relationship, there should not be any issues.
Okay. Comes back down to communication again. Basically what you said is dating is what y'all define it as. You two people, there's no real concrete definition of date. Crow, what you think?
Man, when it comes to this dating stuff, let's go ahead and be honest. Majority of the females, after going out on a couple of dates, as we would call them, going to the movies, we were like, man, I took her out to the movies, or we went to go grab something to eat, something like that. After that couple of times, majority of the time, these females, these young ladies, these women are asking, where's this going? Are we about to enter into a relationship? That's the next thing after those things. So dating turns into either the female looking at you now as, hey, I'm not going to waste my time dealing with you. So are we going to become exclusive? Are we going to continue to do what we're doing? Be honest, dating is basically seeing, is this person, gonna be that wife, that husband at the end of the day? So if you are making it, or if you're dating a whole bunch of people, are you really getting a chance to see who one person is and seeing the qualities of that person, because you're not focused on that one person and you're choosing to date a whole bunch of people? So it just goes, it varies with the person, where they're at mentally. Back in my heydays, I ain't give a who goddamn, honestly, where they mental was, nor my mental was. But as I matured, you know what I'm saying, I'm definitely sitting myself down and making some grown man decisions. I'll say that way.
So let's get into that real quick. This is Brothers Vent 2, and I want to make sure that we get everything on the table. What issues have y'all ran into with dating multiple women, trying to see who it is going to be that's going to be that person for you long time?
Who
like Crow said,
I actually want to join that one, but I don't want to start it off.
I'm going to start with you. Next. T, have you had any issues dating multiple women?
Bro, I mean, you know, let's just be honest. Most guys, we not gonna be committed. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna date around. We're gonna see what's out there. We're gonna see what it do. Okay. I think the problem is with the women. So I really I already know what men think, what we gonna say. So I really want to just give some advice to the women real quick. I think that the women should date multiple people. Now that don't mean they need to sleep with them, but that mean they need to date around. You know what I'm saying? And then your guy will eventually step up. If he don't step up, that's not the guy for you. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna say, okay, look, let's just you my old lady. We might not even be all nice with it. Like, hey, you know, you want to be my girlfriend, all that. One day we're just like, hey man, that's my old lady, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, women should date around and don't cut themselves off from a good guy. You know, so just because a dude like Jay Ward took you out, you know what I'm saying, 1 or 2 times for McDonald's. You know, then this thing, you know, you don't even want to be open to nobody else. Now, one more point. Once you do feel like that you are being open to the guy, then you do need to kind of wean off the other guys. But that don't mean be exclusive with that guy until he step up and put his foot forward.
All right, so Tiffany Kristoff.
Right.
Hold on, before you go there, I'm gonna come back to you. Tiffany Kristoff said dating is auditioning for exclusivity. Until 2 people are committed to a relationship, dating multiple people is allowed. Honesty is key. Be open from the beginning. Quinn said honesty is definitely key. Jay Kelly said, if I take you on a date, I want to fuck. That doesn't mean it's gonna be all I want from you, but that's my way to get to know you. Talk to me, Jay Ward.
Hey, let me say this real quick too. A couple points. I feel like taking somebody out is the getting to know you session before we start dating.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if you even a good candidate for us to start dating. And man, look, if you make that man pay every time y'all go on a date, he just paying for you. Like, that's not dating to me. Like, you know, because if you are interested in investing and getting to know me as well, then you should have some type of investment in this as well. And we should both be, or don't make me plan every date. Because if you are interested in getting to know me, then you'll try to show me some of your world and you'll plan dates out as well. But let me say this too. I think one thing that we have to understand too is that some people, when they date, okay, I agree with y'all. If you're dating, you're looking for a potential mate. So what is it called when you just want to kick it with multiple people because you just want some fun? Is that talking? Because some people would consider that as dating. You know, I just want, you know, I probably do want to smash this person, but I want to at least know something about them. And, you know, I want to do more than just smash before we get to the bedroom. So what is that called when you're not dating to find a mate, but you are involved with this person and you want to do more than just things in the bedroom?
Yes, kid.
That's called passing time.
You for the creeps.
Just being single.
Right. That's called
People got to be real about.
That's called.
They got to be real about that coming into it, you know.
Yeah,
They
and one more thing.
Hold on, one person. Finish up, Jay Ward.
Go ahead, Corey. No, I'm finished. I'm
Well,
just saying you got to be upfront about if that's, you know, what you want. Like, you just want somebody to kick it with, and you ain't really trying to go in nothing exclusive, but you also don't want to be treated like, you know, hey, I'm in the bed, come through. You know, so it's a little bit more than that. And I think people know what they want, but they just want to be explicit and say that, and then they just want to play the victim card when, you know, that person moves on to someone else when you know that y'all didn't have anything more serious.
Right.
I don't think you gotta be honest with it up front. Like, you know, when you go out with somebody one time, that'll probably be your last time going out with them. You know, you ain't gotta tell them everything that first meetup. Now, if y'all start kicking it for a few more times after that, yeah, then that's the time to talk. But one thing, like, which is free advice to a man, I would never assume that a woman who you just started talking to assume that you're the only one. I think you're not very smart if you think that's the case. Like, it's like it just be real. Even if she not talking to nobody, you have to assume going in that you're not the only person entertaining. They'll save you a lot of trouble in the long run. That just being real. Like
So
women are allowed to solicit multiple people. The same with dudes. You know, you got to figure out what you want. Like we all said.
So let's talk about it. Do y'all have any issues with the person you dating multiple men? Like if you going to the movies or you going to the grocery store, wherever, going out to eat,
Most women
somebody else issues.
Swift, most women gonna sell you their dream of that. They ain't just talking to too many dudes. Let's be real. They gonna tell you, you know, it's one that I was thinking about. You know, it was, you know, they not gonna give you that full load. You know that they got Tom, Dick, and Harry doing this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? That they got them on schedule, that they got them on rotation. Women just a little slick and smooth with it than we are. You know, we just a little sloppy and clumsy at times. So they are dating or talking to multiple guys. So I'm with Corey. Don't be fooled by that at all. They have, you know what I'm saying, they have their thing going just as well as we do in the process of dating, of trying to see.
And I'm gonna leave. This is the last question I'm gonna have on this topic because I was tagged in this post by Dr. Nikita Murray. She said she asked the question: are men consistently selfish sexually, only with women they view as bae wife material? So, and to this topic, are you treating all the women you date the same way, or giving them all the same pleasure, or are you saying, well, I think this person has more potential, so I'm gonna give all my time and effort to them and try to please them as opposed to these other people I'm just passing time with?
No, there's levels to it, G. Forget what you heard. There's levels to it. What I do on the first day, you're gonna see gonna be different on the 90th day. And it's all about what I'm getting back from you emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, you know. That's how that go. But no, it's levels to it. Anybody tell you different, they lying.
Rob, what you got?
So when I was single, there's always a woman or maybe two, depending on how many you got, that's going to rise above based on what you're looking for. And then as a man, if you're looking for a specific thing, there's going to be this woman that stands out. As she starts standing out, you're going to start spending more time with her, and all the other ones are going to eventually dwindle away because you're like, yeah, this person, I believe I found a person that I like. I want to move from being dating to exclusive or dating and close to exclusive because there's a time frame between dating and exclusive where you got to make that decision of, is this the person that I want to be with based on all the flaws and stuff that I've seen with them, based on the flaws that they've seen in me? And that's the person that you usually start treating a little differently than everybody else just to make sure that this is the person you want to be with. So there are levels, but there is this time frame where this person separates themselves from the pack. And I'm pretty sure women do the same thing with us, based off the vibe, based on what they've seen, based on our drive, whatever they're looking for in us. Eventually, we separate ourselves from the pack with them as well, and they start treating us a little differently. So yes, there are levels, and they start out the same at first, but eventually the pack splits, and then someone takes the lead.
Somebody takes the lead, and that leads me to my next discussion. I'm trying to see if Skip ready, but I don't know if his camera look froze. But I'm gonna go on and slide into the.
Hey, Swift, while you do that, can I chime in? Can I chime in real quick on that?
Go ahead.
On this, while you checking on Skip, think about this, man. All of us are of a certain age. So who had this type of knowledge at 21, 22, 23? So I think the women should, I'm not making excuses for anybody, but who had this type of knowledge at 21, 22, 23 years old? So, I mean, I feel like, you know, you got to cut men and women some slack because, man, you didn't know, you didn't have this type of knowledge. You was just trying to graduate school at 21, 22 and trying to manage a major relationship. So, you know, you might have caused some damage, men and women, when you were in that age because you did not know better, because the knowledge that we have now, we did not have when we were younger. So, I mean, you know, that's just something that should play.
And they know better
too. So you got
at this age now.
Yeah, it's women carrying baggage. It's women carrying baggage, or men carrying baggage, or heartbreak from 21, 22 when you were just still basically kids, man. That's something right there that you probably shouldn't just dwell on. Which I can't tell anybody how to manage their heartbreak, but you know. That's how I feel on that.
But we're gonna go to the next topic. Let me read a few comments real quick.
Yeah.
Start at the top. Karen Nicole Davis said they're the same for women. Men are talking to most people as well. Let's be real. Quinn said men don't want to talk to a woman who talks to multiple men, but they want to do it. Karen said that double standard throws me. Tisa said, why do some men get upset when women turn their attention to someone else after he's made it clear he doesn't want to be with her?
Look, let me hit that real Tisa is right, but that's more so ego, man. You know what I'm saying? That's more so ego. That's the dude like, hey, man, I can't let this nigga outdo me, man. You know what I'm saying? For real. But
he might have realized.
But
Let's move on.
honestly, he shouldn't be mad though. If he don't make it exclusive with you, he can't be mad, bro. He got himself, man. Hell, bro.
Like you let her go and somebody jumped on it. That's all it is. You can't get somebody jumped on it. You lost out, my nigga.
Okay, so like Rob said, take the lead. You got that person, y'all been dating, y'all exclusive, y'all in a relationship, committed. You go and y'all been dating 2, 3, 4 years in a relationship. You go and buy a ring, you propose. He say no. At that point, is the relationship over or you don't keep it going? Because I've seen a few viral videos, like a woman was in a mall, dude proposed. She was like, she started crying. People like, oh, and then she ran off and left them there. So I'm gonna ask y'all this question. You with this woman, y'all in a committed relationship, you propose, she say no. At that point, is the relationship over? You trying to work it out?
I think the relationship over. Let me tell you why. Like, first off, before you invest the money it takes to buy a ring, you have to be knowledgeable if marriage is in the future. You know what I'm saying? If you go out and buy a ring without talking about it, that just means you're trying to throw a Hail Mary. You time. She got tired of you fucking up. She got tired of catching in your shit. Like, I'm about to propose her and lock her down. She put her on the spot. She said no. She ain't with it. That's all it is.
Corey, what it was, they ain't ask a friend, they didn't ask mama, they ain't ask daddy, they ain't ask nobody.
That's how you know it's a Hail Mary. Like a friend will put you on game. You go talk to a friend and be like, I want to propose. She gonna tell you like, nah, I wouldn't do that, or she gonna help you with it. It's either one or the two, because she gonna talk to her friend. So for you to be like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway. It's like you asked for that shit. The relationship over with. Rob, I'm coming back from there.
Rob, I'm gonna let you go, and then we're gonna bring in Skid. So what you got to say real quick?
Man, that's a horrible judgment call on you as a man. Period. Like, you should know, for one. You should know your lady enough to know if she gonna say yes or no. You should know the situation and your relationship enough to know if she gonna say yes or no. If you don't, then you probably don't need to get married anyway.
Amen.
Good point. All right, brother, we'll bring you back in later on another topic.
Appreciate it.
Deuce is my guy.
That's my line, brother, man.
Oh, sure.
That's my line, brother.
What up, T?
Hey,
Crow, Jay, Swift.
What's going on, man?
Where you coming from?
I'm coming from Jacktown right now.
All right, so Skid, you propose. She say no.
Yeah.
At that point, what you doing?
It's over with, man. It's over with. If y'all been dating long enough, and that man had the courage to pop the question to you, you say no, then it's a wrap. I mean, otherwise, what y'all doing? Y'all still dating? And they go back to the date thing. How many dates you gonna go on before you a player? And that go for men and women. You feel me? So, yeah, it's a wrap. If I had the courage to get down on one knee, pop the question to you, you told me no, it's a wrap. I'm moving on to the next thing. I'm looking for the real thing.
So, do you think that maybe she should say yes and then tell you in private, look, we might need to work out our issues before we go take this next step?
No, she been knew she wanted to say no. She just been sitting there chilling. This brother's vent, right? So we're gonna tell her real. She knew she was gonna say no. She just been lead you on. Then when you made a public thing about it, you know, she said, no, it's a wrap. I don't feel like, you know, just no, we'll need to work on some things. And then, I mean, there's women is begging dudes to do the right thing by them. So if you got a guy that's going to try to do the right thing and you tell him, no, you've been wasting his time.
What you got for me, Jay Ward?
Oh man, so you know, like Crow said, that's somebody that didn't do a lot of their background. You know, you didn't check with the friend, you didn't get the permission from the mom or the dad or whatever, because they would have told you, well, baby, I don't know, I wouldn't do that. I also, you know, this speaks to, I wouldn't propose to someone in public. You know, if I'm inviting your friends and family, they know what's up. One of them would have already told me, like, hey, don't do this. Like, you know, y'all need to work this out and this out. But if you're in a public place like a football game, on Bourbon Street or somewhere parade or something like that, you're proposing in front of strangers. So, you know, that woman might feel pressure to say yes, even though she, you know, y'all not there. And, you know, like sometimes, like Corey said, it's a Hail Mary. Other times it's a Hail Mary because, you know, there's no chance this woman was ever going to marry you. And you know, you're trying to lock her down. But that putting that ring on the finger for most people gives them a lease. You know, it gives them a new lease on this relationship. So now, because we're not gonna go straight from engaged to married. So now I got a year, 2 years, 3 years to mess around some more or get my stuff together because I still got you because I put a ring on your finger, but I'm still not ready to be a husband. So I have all this extra time to go and do all this other stuff because I proposed. So like Corey was saying, yeah, you know, a lot of times it is a Hail Mary, but the Hail Mary is thrown for different reasons. So I just wouldn't propose to someone in public, but to specifically answer the question, you know, I would look at myself and say, what is it about me that makes you feel like I'm not husband material or we're not ready to be husband and wife yet? And I would analyze myself first. And then if, you know, if she can't give me an answer on like, hey, I would like to be there with you eventually, but we are apart on this topic, and this topic, then you can bridge that gap. But if she's just like, no, I just don't see you that way, and I love you as a friend, then it's got to be over with. She's just been using you anyway. So, you know, I don't think any woman would spend that much time with a person unless they either A, using them, or B, they see them as a person to, you know, they could spend the rest of their lives with. So, but we need to talk about how women propose to men, but that's a different topic.
Say that for another day.
But we gonna you said that's a new lease on relationship. We're gonna touch on that. Why do men propose if they know that the woman isn't ready to begin with? But T, what you got for me?
Now I was just saying, man, like y'all even going to the proposing, that's like high level. I take it way back. Like if I'm making a life decision and you not rocking with me on this, like it don't even have to be the proposal, bro. It's like, okay, I'm moving somewhere. What you think? And you ain't down to do that, or you ain't with that, then that means you're not down with me. Cause when I go all in, I'm going 100. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm proposing you, that means that I'm ready. I done did everything that I need to do. And you not down with that? Nah, bro. It's over with. I'm out. We done. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no coming back from it. Now, if you have a legitimate reason, then maybe. But I ain't with it, bro. Cause when you say you gonna propose somebody, bro, that means that you have absolutely thought about this woman you want to be with, and you put it all on the line. And men don't do that all the time, bro. We don't put it all on the line like that. So when we do it, that means it's serious. And if she say no, man, you look like Joe Budden in the middle of Times Square, bro.
So what constitutes that maybe?
You say what?
What would be a legitimate reason for a maybe for you?
Damn, I don't even know, man. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe something happened and
Finances.
They need to, yeah, you know,
they should have been talked about that though.
Yeah, you know, something like that, bro. Something they need to get over. But nah, I ain't with it, bro.
So let me ask y'all this: why do men use that ring to try to elongate the relationship when they know it should have been over with? Like that person should have been gone. But we're gonna pop that question. Now we got 2-3 more years to try to get our stuff together when we should have been doing it.
Hey, can I speak to last week when we were talking about potential?
Go ahead.
Know, you see so much potential in this woman, and you know that woman will be a good wife. You just ain't ready to be a husband, so you trying to hold a woman up. so that she don't go nowhere to be a good wife for somebody else while you still working out your stuff. I know that sounds like the scumbag thing to do, but that's true.
I see y'all don't want to touch this topic.
Well,
I mean,
I'll speak.
I mean,
You gonna hold her up so she don't go be a
Let's-
good wife for somebody else. Hold her down, man.
I
Why?
don't think that's
Go ahead, Crow.
Yeah, say your question one more time because I want to make sure I'm about to answer this correctly.
Okay. Like my boy Jay Ward said, we've been scumbags, we've been, doing our thing. And she ready to leave, but we come back and we pop the question, try to make it last a year or two more just to get our stuff together. Why?
Why?
Go.
Okay. Yeah, that one lost me right there. I thought I was gonna have a response for that one. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna leave it alone then.
Yeah,
I
you
mean-
can't over. You know what I'm saying? I done heard people fucking up during a proposal, and I've been one of those people to fuck up during a proposal. You know what I'm saying? While being engaged, but to propose to somebody just to have, just to hold on to them. No, but while engaged, fucking up, yeah, I can speak on that end. But just to keep somebody to hold them on, hell no.
I mean, Swift, like, honestly, I think that's a situation that happened on the woman end. I think she might say yes just to hold on for a little bit longer, until she figure out what she really want. But I don't really see too many men is gonna like, I'm just gonna still want to date you because
I'm gonna go buy I'm gonna go spend a couple of stacks. I'm gonna drop down on my knee, take some time, whatever it is, and just to hold on to something that ain't gonna last. Come on, nah.
I don't see too many men doing that.
It go back to what T said last subject. It's that ego. You be like, shit, ain't nobody else finna get her, so shit, I'm gonna hold on to it, let time pass.
So you gonna go?
Some niggas will do that.
I ain't blowing no stacks. Go ahead, get gone.
I'm gonna say I've seen
the ratio of men to women is so large. Yo, average to Rudy Poop player has got so many options out here, to the point where most men ain't sitting around doing that. I mean, you see women that should get an Academy Award for the roles they play, to hold on to something that they ain't really want. They want to hold on to you as a side piece, or they like you for this, that, and the third, so they might try to hold on to you, but I don't know. I don't know too many real men that's just sitting around holding on to somebody just because they want them so bad.
Well, we're not gonna say because they want them so bad, but we'll say this for the group meet discussion. I'll tell y'all what's really going on. But Atisa McKinney said, "How far into the relationship do you know if you want to marry somebody? Marry her,
bro. You find that out soon, bro. You could tell somebody marriage material, man. You know what I'm saying? Like in a month or so, you know what I'm saying? You could tell they marriage material. Now,
I'll say
hold on. But that don't mean that that's who you want to marry. That just means that, hey, she'll be all right wife, man. You know what I'm saying? But it take me a while to figure something like that out, bro. Like, I'm like, but that's my wife. That's not marriage material. You could tell off top straight up in the first couple months if she marriage material. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say first couple of months because you still got them cupcake phases and all that everybody, everybody's still in that fluff phase, that honeymoon phase. So I'm giving it about 3 to 6 months to even see if that person is marriage material. And then even after that,
right,
6 months, then you know what I'm saying, you looking at wifey qualities, mother qualities, other qualities, goal-oriented qualities, things of that nature. So it for me now, 1 month, now you still in that honeymoon phase and all that BS.
I mean, I think it's really on the woman at that juncture, because like I said, dudes, we have a lot of options, but I mean, at the end of the day, we can only go as far as the woman allow us to go. So I just feel like a good intentioned man, he's not just dating you for months on end just because he just wanna, have sex. Like he hanging out with you, he spending time with you, he being seen in the public. Like he's probably wanting to date you exclusively and gonna want to marry you at the end of the day. So I'm really feeling like, you know, at the end of the day, that's still on the woman as to how that progresses. And you can kind of tell along the way, like T was saying, you know, she ain't down to rock with you on certain things, she ain't with it. So I mean, I think in a lot of relationships, the guy's kind of waiting on the chick to be like, hey, listen, I really want to be with you.
Fair point. Anybody else on this topic before we switch it out?
Yeah, that's real.
I'm gonna hold it for next time. Next
All
time.
right, we're gonna hold on for next time, and I'm putting it in the group chat what I was really talking about. So we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna change directions. We've had the death of Sean Reed. We've had the death of Ahmaud Arbery at the hands of racists, and we have a lot of issues that's happening in the Black community. We also have Black celebrities who do and do not speak out. We've seen Meek Mill speak out. I think sometimes Beyonce gives money. Different celebrities speak out, but then you have celebrities who don't speak out at all. Black celebrities. We go back to the Michael Jordan documentary. He didn't feel compelled to do what he needed to do during that time to speak out on behalf of the Black people. So I want to pose this question, y'all. I'm gonna let you start it off because I'm gonna switch Dean in. Do Black celebrities have a responsibility to advocate for African American people, especially with what's going on in today's society? Like we built them up, or we helped build their brand. Should they then advocate for when things go wrong in the Black community, or advocate on behalf of Black people? Skip.
Do I feel like it's a responsibility of Black celebrities to advocate for Black people? Absolutely. Absolutely. With great responsibility, with great power comes great responsibility, right? And so you can't take the low road when it comes to these issues that ultimately affect you at the end of the day too. I feel like they do have a responsibility to speak out about it. And whether I agree with them or not, I feel like they should have they have the platform, and I feel like that's their responsibility as well. It's just like a preacher that, you know, he's making mega bucks in his mega churches, and then when stuff hit the fan, then it's like, you know, he just him. Nah, well, you know, he had a big position. He was enjoying the Cadillacs and the private jet flights. So when the stuff hit the fan, you gotta hold up for that too. So it's a lot of these Black celebrities, they're being held up by Black people. And so at the end of the day, they have to take up that mantle. And I think that's a huge responsibility for, you know, what they've been called to do.
Gotcha. Appreciate it, brother. You any last points before I switch you out and bring in Dean?
Nope. Appreciate your time.
ILB.
Yeah.
All right, Skip.
Brother Dean.
What's up, Dean?
Greetings, brothers. What's going on, y'all? Can y'all hear me?
Oh, we hear you. We hear you. Quick.
Yeah, we hear you, bro.
You look a lot better this week, boy.
Yeah, we finally can see you.
Got your lighting right.
Everybody can see your muscles now.
Hey, man, going on with that?
Dean, what you think? Do Black celebrities have a responsibility to advocate for Black people?
I say yes. Yes, they do. Just like the president. President have power. Black people, as far as in basketball, in the industry, or any kind of power that we see on television all the time. They do, because they play a role. They, in the end of the day, they are role models, right? That's just like when Kevin Garnett, for example, he bring out a shoe. Shit. Without him wearing that shoe and putting it out there, I mean, the little kid's not going to want to go and get that shoe, or Michael Jordan shoe. Michael Jordan, same thing. They have the responsibilities. We look at them every day and see them every day, and we got people that wants to be like them. So why not? When the good is good, they out there putting that out on the platform. But when the bad is bad, you got to speak up about it, so we can have something to fall on. We need those type of people to empower us as well. Because if, for example, if we see a celebrity out speaking amongst us or about us or for us, that's a good thing. We'd like to see that. But if they not, we looking around like, why aren't they stepping up? Because they are the role models of this world, believe it or not. So
would they make you not want to support them if they don't speak out on behalf of Black people?
I wouldn't say I wouldn't support them, but I wonder why they not out speaking for us on the things that's going on in the world. I just don't understand it.
Gotcha.
But I'll still support them. But I just wonder why. Like, where are you now? When the bad is bad, we need you to step up.
Gotcha. CJB, what you think? Do you think they got a responsibility to advocate for our people?
I would say yes, only if they are knowledgeable of what's going on. Like, I'm just gonna be real. It's certain athletes, rappers, actors, entertainers that I do not want speaking up on Black issues. Like, my guy, you was in a PE class that you didn't go to all throughout college. You don't know shit about historical, what's going on in history, and you don't know how that impacts us now. I don't want you speaking up on shit. You're gonna say some dumb shit. Like, think, for example, you had your boy Miles Garrett that said, why white people can say nigga. He said that 3 years ago. Now, when he said that quarterback called him a nigga, he want to fight. It's like that nigga hit different when it ain't coming from a white blood in Texas. So it's like, I'm sorry, you have to be knowledgeable on what's going on. Also, I don't feel like people who are trying to make a monetary gain shouldn't speak on it as well. Like, I think there are opportunities, like, for example, like Diddy said, holding the black boat hostage. I think that was an irresponsible thing to say. But Diddy has
No, it wasn't.
Diddy had,
Go ahead, though.
yes, it was. That vote or die shit Diddy did was some of the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah,
Looking
that
back
was-
at that, that was dumb as a motherfucker.
We'll talk about it later, man. No Diddy
But
shall prosper.
listen, like I said, I think I would, in a perfect world, I would want the faces of Black people in athletics, entertainment, music, actors. I would want them to speak on stuff and make an impact. But I don't think all of them are qualified or knowledgeable to make an impact on what's going on. So I feel like they have an obligation only if they are willing to put in the groundwork and sacrifice what it takes to make an impact. Like, I take my hat off to LeBron James because he really put his money where his mouth is, and he's very outspoken. And like, for him to be the top athlete in the world and make that impact, I take my hat off to him because a lot of people in the position wouldn't do that, especially the Black ones. Now we got OJ turning his head. We got, I'm not gonna say Michael Jordan turned his head because he did say he made a financial contribution. And he always makes financial contributions. I would say that he knows that's not a strength to speak, and he's not gonna speak on it. So I can respect it, even though I don't agree with it. He should have like endorsed that senator in that race, but he probably is not knowledgeable enough to speak on it, so he kept his mouth shut. So I understand that.
And I agree with you 100%. I'm gonna touch back on the topic you said with Diddy. I don't know if Diddy really understands the impact not voting has. Voting is way beyond.
Quit lying on Diddy, man.
Diddy said,
I got it, Corey. Diddy said we are not voting in this 2020 election. They taking our vote for granted.
But he didn't say that.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
He does not understand the impact not voting has. Voting is more so just a presidential election. It decides Senate seats. It decides judicial people. Like it's so much more than just Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. But go ahead, T.
Okay, check this out, man. Everybody got their chance to talk. Let me tell y'all the real. One, Diddy never said do not vote. All he said was make these people work for our vote. The Black race gives our vote away to the Democrats for nothing. We don't negotiate. We don't get nothing back in return. So Diddy never said do not vote. All he said
what did he say?
Hold the vote hostage. Hold on. It's my turn to talk, man. Hold the vote hostage. He said hold the vote hostage because we need to make people actually do something for our vote. We just giving that John away, bro. For real. And second point, as far as Black people, me and Corey, we don't agree all the time, but we actually agree on this one. I do think that celebrities should not speak on stuff that's not in their heart. You know what I'm saying? Corey came from, like, if they have the knowledge about it. I think that if it's not in your heart, you should not speak on it. Most of us, we from the South, we from Mississippi, we for the black race, we hard. You know what I'm saying? We with the black. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't have that same upbringing like us. So if it's not in their heart, I don't want them to speak on it. I don't care if they the biggest celebrity in the world. And half of these celebrities do not have the education or the knowledge to speak on these topics, like Corey said. But again, leave Diddy alone, because Diddy didn't do nothing. Leave Jay-Z alone. Y'all keep coming for Jay-Z. I'm just saying, bro, these dudes out here
Nobody
working,
bring
bro.
up Jay-Z. Nobody
Bro,
brought
right,
him up.
these people out here working, y'all just trying to grab something to take these people down, bro. Diddy didn't say that, man.
I want to know what hold the vote hostage mean then. So
Hold the vote hostage mean make Joe Biden say he gonna do something
Okay.
for people.
go ahead. We'll talk about this.
Before we
All
get
right,
into
That's next week.
we'll chat about this. Go ahead.
All right. So let's go back. Let's go back a couple of years, fellas. Let's be honest. We started off as Republicans for one. And you got to go read, because I'm not going to get into that deep history lesson, and end up becoming Democrats, blah, 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 blah. Now, with that being said, let's go back again. Really, what president has really done anything for any people of color, in particular for one? Like, seriously, what deals have they designed to say, hey, and I'm not talking about TANF, any type of welfare assistance, any of that. Like, seriously, what have they done? So when we talking about hold a vote hostage, what are we asking for? What are we going to gain? What are we asking them to put into a bill to write into policy? Like, on some real stuff. We're saying that we vote, but we haven't came together. We can't even come together collectively as one to even basically stop what's going on in our own community, in our own hometown. But we talking about holding a vote hostage, and then we're looking for these celebrities to speak up for us when we're not even stepping up within our own communities and trying to make a big fist. We always waiting on the Jay-Z's or the Diddy's or the Beyonce's or whoever, your Blair Underwoods, to come speak. What about little Tay-Tay and them and getting together and making something happen and send down? And maybe that'll catch their attention and they'll endorse you. And then from there, you can get their backing. But let's really stop throwing the blame on the big celebrities. Yeah, we spend our money on them and we expect them to do that because they are selling the culture. They're rapping our stories that they're supposedly living, the stories that we're supposedly living. They're writing books about the lives that we're growing up. They're acting out on the screens, the lives that our grandmothers, aunties had, that our cousins going through with this situation. And yes, we hold them responsible by the money we're spending endorsing that entertainment. But at the same time, we got to hold ourselves responsible for what we have power over within our own community.
Fair point. I see you in the chat, Jay Ward. Now come on to the
Hey, so let me just say this. I do think that our black celebrities should use their influence to speak up about these issues. But I 100% agree with T and Corey. Why would we ask a rapper that raps about guns, drugs, and women to talk about something political when they don't? That's not their lane. So, would you rather them speak up and sound ignorant to something, or just mind their business and make a financial, contribution? Because a lot of them, they rap about how they dropped out of school and things like that. You don't want those people making political stances when they don't really know what they're talking about. But on the same side of that, usually when it comes to a black celebrities hold more influence than anybody else. Between black celebrities and preachers, they usually hold more weight and they have more influence than everybody else. So when you have a black celebrity and they speak up on something, you have more people who know who Steph Curry is than they know who, Senator Harris is. You know, they don't know who that is, but they know who Steph Curry is. So they should use their influence. But let me just check on them real quick. There's no reason in this day and age in 2020 for you to be ignorant to something because there's too much information out there. There's too many ways to get knowledge and information for you to still be ignorant to something. So if you're a celebrity, you don't have nothing but time to go ahead on and learn information about things. And it's enough people in your circle, or should be enough people in your circle to be able to tell you things. But think about this. How many of us are willing to risk our livelihoods for an issue? We do free protesting. We as in normal people, we do free protesting, meaning that our jobs are not on the line. But a lot of celebrities don't benefit from the black dollar. And I know that sounds weird, but they don't. They benefit from endorsements. Dwayne Wade is endorsed by Gatorade, him and his wife. So, you know, they have Gatorade to put on the line, not just our dollars when it comes to going to see Gabrielle Union movies or buying Dwayne Wade's shoes if he even has any now. So you have to be, they have to realize that, hey, this is a multi-million-dollar decision if I decide to make a choice on something like this. So they choose to fight other battles because they have to protect their livelihood as well. So I mean, you know, it's one of those things like, are we willing to risk our whatever we make a year job for an issue? But we ask them to do that all the time. And, you know, a lot of times, you know, we don't have to say, like Kaepernick risked his career to make a statement. Thank God there's other streams of revenue for him. But, you know, as a people, would we back those people financially that have risked their lives and their careers to stand up for one of our issues, which is their issue as well? But, you know, hey, you know, are we going to back them? And historically, the answer is no. We're not going to come to their defense enough to, you know, really back them. So when we make those decisions, a lot of times, you know, we're making $100 decisions, they're making $1 million decisions, and it should not be about money. But, you know, I provided my family with this lifestyle. And I remember when the protesting thing really came to the forefront, one of the schools that I've worked at, the principal said, if any of my athletes kneel, they're going to be expelled. Okay. And some people looked at me like, hey, why aren't you over there raising hell about that issue? And I said, for one, they'll find a loophole to fire me and replace me with somebody that won't speak up to anything. But me being within the system, I'm able to open more doors and help more people than if I was outside of the system. So I had to make a decision that it felt, even though it wasn't a business decision, because I can always find a job, but even though it wasn't a business decision, it's like without me, look at the loss, you know. So if, and I know, like, you know, to speak to what T was saying, if Jay-Z wasn't the person in the NFL locker room, then it would be nobody, or they would have replaced him with somebody that would do less than he does. So, you know, when we get in the door, we can't just kick the door down without, you know, the clout to kick the door down and let everybody rush in. So until we have an alternative for those people in an alternative lane, we can't just jump up and say, hey, you know, fuck this multi-million-dollar Gatorade endorsement I have, I'm gonna go do this, you know, when there's no alternative for those people to do.
So I'm gonna go to the comments.
Go ahead, Swift. I hear you.
Few good points. Michael Gage said, "Don't discredit some of these rappers. A lot of them smart as hell. They rap about the shit they rap because that's what sells." That's
absolutely.
J. Cole is not dumb. Kendrick Lamar is not dumb. I don't think Future or Lil Wayne or none of them are dumb either. They just rap about what sells.
I don't know about Wayne. He probably he ain't Wayne. He the GOAT, man.
No Wayne,
but he ain't. He
I want to hear Dre's.
Hey, LeBron is very intelligent to have a high school, you know, education, so it's not impossible. Go ahead, Swift.
Next one is the real question is: does it matter if they speak up? Black celebrities have spoken up in the past. It benefits us. Has there been a situation?
I think it has been a benefit to us. Like you can take it back to, and I'm gonna say a name that's probably gonna be a topic later on. I think Bill Cosby, when he did Different World, he did it in the early 90s. I think that impacted Black people going to college, specifically HBCUs. So I believe that it can't
Absolutely.
impact everybody, but it's going to make a small impact. We can only chunk it like one decade at a time. We're not going to get everything back in one fell swoop. But I do feel like I feel like black people are who most products are marketed towards. You can tell by in their ads. So as far as Cap, I think Cap got a lot of financial support. Like when Nike dropped those jerseys were $200. Those jerseys sold out within 10 minutes. And so it's like I feel like Cap get the support. I feel like Jay-Z and Beyonce, they get the financial support. Every time they drop something, it sells out. So I'm not gonna say don't get the support, but as far as like people like Gabrielle Union, she make most of her money off black people, but she does speak on social issues. So I can say that I feel like if they get dropped by a sponsor, that's only going to, I don't think it's going to hurt their bottom line because they're still doing well and way better than the average black person. They probably can't take a trip on the other side of the country on a yacht anymore, but they still can live well.
Let
Wrap
me
it up, bro. Wrap it up, bro. You gotta move on.
also, I think also we as a people fail to realize that we're expecting their money to make it to our state or to our city. We hear that, you know, such and such has opened up a scholarship fund and we never see the money. We're like, they're not doing anything, but they may have sent kids from New York, Washington, Texas, all to school. It just didn't make its way down to Mississippi per se. So I think it's a collective order on your artists within your state or your entertainers from your state to make an impact within your state. That way your people can feel it versus giving to larger funding systems. But at the end of the day, like I say, it's on the people within the community. We got to start depending on celebrities and entertainers and all that and depend on ourselves and hopefully catch their ears with what we're doing. And then they send the funds down.
All right, we're gonna wrap this one up because we running short on time. And while we're on the topic of black celebrities, we're gonna go on to the hold on, say what now. This is basically stuff that happens throughout the week that we didn't plan on talking about, but it's just so much news around it. We got to talk about it.
Hold on, say what?
All right, hold on. Say what now? Did y'all see the story with Earl Thomas and his wife? This man left his wife after an argument, went with his brother, had an orgy with these white chicks. His wife,
Right?
I think they were. Well, I'm gonna say Instagram.
I ain't see that.
I'm gonna say their Instagram, whatever. There was some chicks that wasn't his wife,
Say what?
and then his
Hold
wife
on.
and found them in the bed together, all of them naked. Pulled a gun out on this man that she thought wasn't loaded. It was loaded with her hand on the trigger. Yeah, it's so much around this story. I don't even know where to start. First off, if your wife, cheating aside, if your wife put a gun in your head, what?
Bruh.
Bruh.
First of all, black men don't
That
cheat.
definitely is a hold on, say what moment.
Bruh.
Black men don't cheat, bro. I think the story is totally fiction, man.
Those are the first one to get
They
shot.
really trying to set that man up, bro. Cause black men don't cheat, bro. For real.
I wish I could hear what T saying.
Ah, damn.
Okay,
You can't.
Dean, you got something to say? We're gonna switch you out and bring Rob. You can't hear nothing.
All right.
I can't hear T.
Listen.
Just like the person that's in T spot, I can never hear. I can
Damn.
never hear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Riley,
you said-
yeah.
Dean, what you got? We're gonna bring in Rob. What you got to say, Dean, about this
I
topic?
ain't got nothing. Hey, hold on, say what now? You can bring Rob in, bro. My
All right.
internet messing up anyway.
I do want to touch back on it though. You can go to somebody else though.
So I
Hey,
don't know where to start. I'm gonna start with this. If I'm cheating, you cheating, your wife put a gun in your head, like where do you go from? Because I think he said they trying to work it out still. Go ahead, Rob. I see your face ready to go. I see you. Start us off, Rob.
Let go, man. That might be.
Man, all right. So first off, black men don't cheat. We just got to put that out there. Black boys cheat, so we put that out there. Secondly, There is zero room for domestic violence in any relationship. Period. I don't know why our society claps and applauds women abusing men. It's BS, and men need to stick up for themselves, and women need to realize that it's toxic and it's trash. Because if a man did the same thing to a woman, I can guarantee you he'd be plastered all over the TV. If Earl Thomas busted in on his wife, put a gun to her head that was loaded and he thought wasn't loaded, and almost pulled the trigger, he would be in jail still right now. So there is no double standard when it comes to domestic violence for me. I'm just speaking for me. No hands are laid on me. If there is, the relationship's over. All men should feel the same way. I don't care what you did. Your mate is not your parent. Your mate should not be whooping you or disciplining you because you're not their child, they're not your child. Y'all aren't each other's possessions. That's the first thing. Once you realize you two are not each other's kids, then you can proceed from there. Because if I have to hold my temper in check and my hands in check and my guns and my Kel-Tec and my Mossberg and my 9mm and my in check, everybody else should hold theirs in check too. And there is zero reason for you to be threatening somebody with violence that you claim that you love. I don't care what they did. It doesn't matter. If they didn't put their hands on you, threaten your life, you walk away. Period. Because now he may have bailed her out, but after he bailed her out, he got an order of protection against her right after he bailed her out. So no one's talking about that portion. And now she's facing jail time where she can be away from her kids and away from him, regardless if their relationship works out or not. You still got kids, you still got a job, you still got your criminal record that you got to deal with. So why would you risk that because you got mad? It's stupid to me. I don't.
And this reminds me of something Will Smith said. He said when him and his wife get into arguments, he said he don't say nothing to her when he get mad. He just walk into nothing. He said, I'm not in the position to say anything to you right now. I may regret it, so let's walk away and we'll come back when cooler heads are in the room. So that's definitely the right point. But this man was in the bed naked with his brother with some chicks that weren't their wives. What?
I don't care, man. I don't care if that's your sister in the bed. You pull a gun in my face, like you threatening my life. I don't give a. It's over with. Like we ain't got shit else to talk. I wouldn't even bail her ass out. She'll still be in that motherfucking jail. It was up to me. Like, I don't think people understand. Like
Get some serious.
Like I take it back to Steve McNair. We lost one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever come out of the state of Mississippi off of domestic violence. It's like, how can you go back to that? You can't even sleep in peace no more. She can cap you while you sleep. You won't even see it coming. Like, that's over with. Like Rob said, domestic violence has no place in a relationship. Me as a tall, dark, black man, if I raise my voice to the highest I can raise it, motherfuckers gonna look shook. They see me doing that to my woman, somebody calling the police, like, quick. So what gives her immediately, and the police gonna walk in there, they're not gonna ask no questions. They're gonna see me, my tall black ass, they're gonna throw cuffs on me and take my ass to jail.
They are not going to cuss on you. They beating your ass and they may shoot you. You enjoy it. Come on.
Quick. So like Rob said, none of that. Like the first time that happens, I'm out of there with the quickness.
Crow, what you going?
Oh, go ahead, T. T, go ahead.
Oh,
man. Listen. I feel what y'all saying, man. I promise I do, because she had a round in the chamber, bro, and she could really kill somebody, bro. Like, she didn't even know a bullet was in the fucking gun, bro.
Yes.
Idiot.
But bro, when you married, bro, it's over with, dog. Don't get married if you ain't ready to be married, bro. This nigga out here having a whole orgy, bro. Come on, man.
That nigga wild, bro.
Come on, like,
Then he went 30. He went 20 minutes away from his house.
I'm really not with the chick, bro. And I promise, I'm not advocating for the chick. I do not support domestic violence in any kind of way from a man or a woman, bro. But come on, nigga, you is tripping, man. You go around. How she got your Snapchat login, bro? She find your location. Like, what is this dude doing, bro? He didn't give a fuck.
He didn't care. He did not care. That's been going on for a long time.
I bet he
care now. Then he gonna get his ass on there talking about, man, don't ask me no questions about my wife. And nigga, like, nigga, you crazy?
That nigga dirty, bro.
You almost died, bro. You answer to this shit.
Get a divorce or get separated, bro. If you want to do all that, man.
I'm gonna say, if you're not ready to get married, don't get married, and don't
get married.
Do not cheat on the yellow Creole woman from Louisiana, from New Orleans. Like, you are begging,
right?
To have your life.
Man,
she gonna put the roof on.
Bro.
She gonna put
Speaking of a light-skinned Creole women from New Orleans, I think about Lynn Whitfield in Thin Line Between Love and Hate. That's who I think about, bro. That's who this shit reminds me of.
Martin was right.
You do not cheat on a.
Nah, Martin was wrong. She could have kept. She justified capping Martin. It ain't like I said. Ain't no room for it, but I can understand why she.
They was just dating. They was just dating.
We'll talk about that later. She told Martin like, yeah, I love you.
Take me back, baby. I ain't mean.
Bro. Hey, man, look. I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know many men that if they walked in on a woman getting a train ran on them or having an orgy,
they were having an orgy,
wouldn't have done the same thing.
It was an orgy, not a train.
Like,
train, bro.
Okay, so a man, because of his physical strength, wouldn't have had to pull a gun, but he could have whooped everybody in the room. Earl Thomas is a professional athlete, so he probably was the strongest person in the room. So in order to send her message, she needed a weapon. I'm not justifying it. I think she was wrong for bringing a gun in the situation, all that. But she loved that man, and he put her in a bad situation. Okay. And, that's a bad situation to be put in. But that woman came in there and she put a gun in his head. But I mean, we don't know how we would react in a traumatic situation until we're in that situation. You don't know what you would have done if you walked in on your woman that you love having an orgy. And
hold on, Jay Ward. Not to cut you out, but she didn't walk in. She came with her homegirls ready for war. She knew what she was doing. She already knew what was going down.
Hold on.
Because this probably isn't his first orgy.
Hold on. And the homegirl had a knife and held everybody else off while she had the gun. This was planned.
It don't count. It don't count if he paid for it, bro. It don't count if he paid for it.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Fellas. All right.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, because it seems like this is something that's repetitive in their relationship. And, we don't know how many times this woman has had to go get him from, cheating. So this might be the last straw type thing. If, thank God she didn't. But if she had killed him, wouldn't it be a crime of passion?
Go ahead.
She went to jail.
Okay, fellas, no matter what, like Rob said, domestic violence is domestic violence, whether it's started by the man or by the woman. Secondly, I don't care what the situation is, whether somebody raised a voice at you and you choose to swing off on them or pull a gun on them, or whether you catch them cheating openly in the open act, pulling a weapon or using your fists or your hands or anything, picking up anything, not condone. You could scream, you can holler, because your emotions, you are allowed to be angry, you are allowed to show that anger towards that situation. I'm not saying, motherfucker, you hurt me, you dirty dog, you trifling some bitch, I'm leaving you, me and the kids gone, you gonna be a broke some motherfucker once I leave you. You can say all of those things. When if it's a man, he can come in and yes, I know people saying, Crowley, you probably would come in kicking in doors, but on some real shit. And young Crowley probably would have been done there, but they got a family. I got a son now. So my thing is, for one, I don't have nobody's Snapchat passwords and all that. I ain't got time for that. You opening those doors when you going to go look, and obviously you knew that your spouse was doing something in the first place. If you definitely got to go look when he's storming out the door, when she's storming out the door, that's already something going on underneath. So y'all should have been went to counseling before it even got to this situation. So now this situation right here is telling you that yes, it is over with, because the next time someone is going to lose their life in front of the kids, or the kids could step in, or either could be your home girl or his brother shooting somebody, or somebody trying to take up for somebody. So everybody needs to vet that whole situation and let it be.
But once again, I want to bring up this point. This is a Creole woman from New Orleans. I don't think it was any logical thinking going on.
I don't care where you from.
I'm joking.
I definitely don't think that there's any chance of salvaging the relationship. They just need to work on how they can split amicably. But you know, I think that's why she took the clip out the gun, because she was trying to scare.
But
she didn't know that.
She didn't have the.
She didn't understand.
She didn't
understand.
Oh, one at a time. One at a time.
Shout out to her lawyer, Jay Goins, who is from Alexandria, Louisiana, man. I've known him for a long time. He's a good lawyer.
If you're not smart, if you haven't been trained, and that's the problem. She reacted emotionally without even having the knowledge on that weapon. She could have really killed her husband. She could have shot her friend. She could have shot one of those girls in there. She could have shot her own dumb self at the time, being ignorant at that time on some real stuff, because it was a bullet in the chamber. Like, be real about this situation.
Yeah, that's a horrible situation all the way around. With we gonna go before we go.
Her lawyer wears pants with his ankles showing. She going to jail.
Before we go to this last topic, we've had a lot of people to reach out and say that they want to get on the show, but you know, we really can't. But we will allow y'all to choose a topic. So if you will, in the comments, drop a topic that you think we should discuss, and we'll let y'all vote on it, and we'll cover that topic in the next couple of weeks, next week. So we'll use that to let y'all be involved, and we also go back to the comments as well. So,
answer your comments live.
And we also answer your comments live. But yeah, if y'all would please drop a topic now or in the future that you think we should discuss, and we'll let y'all pick the topic and vote on it for a future show. And we're gonna end this on a good note, because we've been talking about cheating, we've been talking about proposals being ending and ending relationships, the difference between dating and commitment. But this weekend is a very special weekend. Black mothers and Black community, especially in the South, they're more than Black mothers. They Black police officers, they teachers, they parole officers, they cooks, they everything. So we're going to use this time, these last few minutes, to show our appreciation to Black mothers, because Black Mother's Day is coming up this weekend. So who want to start off? How do you want to show your appreciation? What story do you have of your Black mother that you didn't understand it then when you was younger, but now you're like, that makes so much damn sense why she did that? How you want to show your appreciation to your Black mother? What stories do you have?
Go ahead, CJ.
You go ahead, T. No, you go ahead.
All right. Well, you know, man, I lost my mom like three years ago, and you know, Mother's Day tough for me. You know, because her birthday is actually next week too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a double whammy. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to say, like, now that I'm older, and I see how other people react to stuff, or other people like were raised or think, that makes me appreciate my mom even more, because a lot of people didn't get what my mama gave me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the attitude, the mentality, and you know, at her funeral, a lot of people were saying that, you know, they had nice things to say about her. Like, everybody had something nice to say about her. And then to this day, people still reach out to me like, man, your mama this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that I just want to say that, you know, y'all appreciate y'all mothers that still have mothers in this world, because you only get one. And I also want to say that my old lady, she was a great mother, dog. And I really don't get a chance to tell the world that. And a lot of people don't see it because we kind of private. But I do want to say that my old lady, She is a great mother. She works her ass off. She do her thing for her son. And can't nobody take that from her. And I really want to tell the world that, bro. So y'all can get up off me before I get all sentimental, man.
Go ahead, Corey.
Man, I know it's tough. You ain't got your mom here, man, but you know I'm gonna keep you and uplifted, man. I know that's tough because my mom told me I went home to visit back in March, and she told me this. She told me that she got tested for breast cancer, and her test came back negative. Now she told me that way after, you know, she went and got all the tests and a doctor's appointment. So I was kind of upset about it because she didn't tell me about it while it was going on. But for a second, man, I broke down, you know, in my fiance's arms after she told me that because it's just that's just a thought that I don't want to. It's some way. That's the way I don't want to feel my mom not being here with me anymore.
Right.
One thing about my mom that I never understood, no matter how tough stuff was, she never let me see her crack. You know, she always kept it together for the sake of me and my brother. Something wasn't going on right in the house. I didn't notice it. I couldn't tell because she acted her usual way. So it's like my mother's the second most important woman in my life right now. She's very instrumental in making the man that I am today. She taught me, you know, how to be compassionate, how to be understanding, how to be caring, and how to share and give back. And that was stuff that I didn't want to do at the time, but I feel good knowing that I've done something to touch somebody else, and it can be something as small as a text message or something as small as helping somebody advance. You know, I'm really appreciative that she shared those values with me. So, um, like, I love my mom. I'm very fortunate to have her with me and still being here. I can't see her Sunday. I can't take her out to eat because, you know, we on lockdown. I'm in a different state, but I plan to, you know, plan to do something special for her 6 hours away anyway.
You want to go next? Or you want to go next, or Rob?
I'll go.
Okay, Jay Wood, one of
So I just want to say that I lost my mom 2 months ago on March 20th. And one of the best things that I realized about my mom and my dad, I had to realize that those people weren't perfect. You know, they were, you know, young people when they had me. And when I had to realize that my mom wasn't Superwoman and my dad wasn't Superman, it really helped me realize a lot. Like they didn't have an instruction manual or a playbook to raising their children. They just had to figure things out. So that really, you know, opened up a lot of doors for me. I'll leave this with you guys too. Two things. If there's something that your parent or parents want to do whatever you got to do. If it's in your power to make that happen, do it. Me, my mom, her friend, we all went to see Frankie Beverly live. Man, my mama was dancing, enjoying herself, all that, you know, fully happy. And then I sit back and reflect on that. That was like in September. If I hadn't got that experience with her, I don't know how I would feel. You know, I got a chance to see her just enjoy herself with no stress because they didn't make the best financial decisions, but they prepared us to make better financial decisions. They didn't have some of the resources that we had, but we made better decisions. So, you know, to be in that situation where we can provide those things for her and for our parents where they can just really go out and do those things, man, if you got that chance, go experience that and see your parent in another light. I asked my mom one time, you know, if you can be anything, what would it be? She's like, a cook. I'm like, nah, you just can cook. But what would you really want to be? And she said, a saxophone player. And I'm like, what? I ain't never seen you play the saxophone. She's like, because I've been raising kids. So, you know, our parents sometimes all the time they sacrifice their own dreams and goals for us because of, you know, wanting the best for us. So they put all of their things aside for us. So, you know, make sure if you can do something for them special like that and it's something that they really wanted to do, go make that happen. Last thing, I know me, Crow, T, I don't know about anybody else, but I know we've all lost our moms. take your time to grieve and really reach out to people and grieve if you lost a parent. Because if you don't, man, that stuff will eat you up on the inside. Each one of these brothers on this page has reached out to me and, you know, made sure I was good even before this topic, just to make sure I was good, because they know that I had recently lost my mom. It doesn't make you more of a man to hold that stuff in and not vent and not cry about it. It does not make you more of a man. It doesn't make you stronger that you ain't crying about your mom passing away. You only get one mama. That woman loved you. That woman gave birth to you. You gonna cry about it. Do that and get through it, and then you can move towards memorizing. I mean, you know, reminiscing on the great times that you had, and make sure that you have burial and life insurance on your people, man.
Okay. Definitely condolences to Jay Ward, to T. I definitely want to let everybody see my beautiful mom. It's been 19 years since my mom passed away. T, I'm like you. It's a double whammy. In May, Mother's Day, and then May 17th is her birthday. And then also
16th mine. Crazy.
That's crazy. And then also just losing my last grandmother, and I was blessed to have 3 grandmothers in my life. So first off, I would definitely want to say the women that I have had in my life and that I still have in my life have taught me unconditional love. They've shown it to me, and now it's just I have to put it in play in what I do in everyday life. They taught me forgiveness, something that I also had to remember and get out of my own way, you know, because, you know, they laid a foundation for us, the mothers in our lives. They basically laid a foundation for us as we're being raised, whether it's the grandmothers, whether it's your mom, whether it's your auntie, whoever that lady is. So whoever you're considering your mother for Mother's Day, you know what I'm saying? Definitely show them that love. And then Corey, I want to kind of give you some insight. My mom was diagnosed with lupus, but she didn't tell me, my brother, nor my sister, and she waited to even tell my dad because they are protective. You know, they are protective of their family. You know, they kind of want to make sure that they got things in order. And low key, my mom, I had just got my license too, and I always wanted to go ride and, you know, see the homies and the friends. But mama would always send me to the store to go run errands and take care of things. And she was preparing me not knowing, you know, what was going on, but preparing me for when she wasn't here. So some things that they're doing, and, you know, we don't see the reasons why as their kids. And I lost my mom at 17. So at that age, I definitely, so to touch on what Jay Ward said, I did not grieve properly. I was in a very dark place for some years. When I tell you guys years, I had wars, and when I say wars with my dad, my brother, family members, I pushed everybody away. And I'm grateful for the men you guys see before you, and God placing me at Jackson State University. And my mom always wanted me in college, so I guess, you know, she knew what was best for me because I had other plans. But anyway, I definitely want to say shout out. And my son's mother, I definitely want to give her props for doing an excellent job and helping raise my son, because my son is mostly there with her. You know what I'm saying? We co-parenting, so I definitely got to take my hat off to the tremendous job she do on a daily. You know what I'm saying? So I give all glory to God for the women He put around me in my life to, you know, help raise me and to raise my son.
Right.
I know. All right. So a lot of people don't know my mom's been battling cancer since 2017. She's been on chemo on and off since 2017. Complications, in and out of hospital stuff I've been dealing with. But it's always been my mom, my 2 sisters, and me. I was a middle child, only boy. So naturally, the boys always cling to the mom. So me and my mom was really close. My mom, even though I was the only boy, made sure I knew how to cook, made sure I knew how to clean, made sure I knew how to pick up after myself. And she also had us read the encyclopedia every summer because she was a school teacher, 33 years school teacher. So our vocabulary was a lot more vast than most of the kids we went to school with. She also had me in the oratorical contest in church from the age of 6 to 17. So I was memorizing 2-3 page speeches from 6 to 17, and then having to say them back to big mass groups of people from the age of 6. And so me being in the military, being an officer, having to do a lot of briefs, people always come to me and ask me, how can I speak so well in front of people? It's like I've been doing this since 6, and that's because of my mom. Even though we had a lot of stuff going on at home, my mom made sure we stayed in church. She made sure I stayed in choir. She made sure we participated in church, made sure we didn't go to sleep. She made sure we had some type of grounding at home, and I thank her for that. And that's still in me. All the stuff, I didn't want to be at church. I'd be mad. I'd be hot because my dad be at home. My mom take us to church. She wouldn't let us stay at home ever. It was not an option. We're going to church. And that's still in me, and it's something that I always want to make sure that I carry over. So all the good things in me came from my mom. All the stuff she taught me, all the good stuff came from her. So I thank her for that. I mean, she taught me the hard stuff too, how to cut wood, cutting grass, the stuff that, your dad's what. She taught me all of that. She taught me hard work. She taught me about putting education first, not women. She taught me about making sure I was set before I tried to bring another woman on with me, making sure I was stable, making sure I knew how to take care of myself and no one was around. That was my mom. She always preached me that, you're a man. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. You should know how to take care of yourself and nobody's around. So I thank her for that. She's still fighting. She's a fighter. Mom's always been a fighter. Everybody that meets her, she's their best friend immediately. So just sending Mother's Day to her. And then to my ex-wife, Megan, who's got Langston there in Jackson. With me being in the military, I'm always in and out of the States. And so she's been taking care of him if I'm not there. Thank you for her. And then thank you to Felicia, my wife. Well, 2 little ones. When I'm not around, she picks up the ball and she runs. Sometimes she's running before I leave. Being in the military, I can be gone in 72 hours. And she picks up everything and runs with it. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do what I'm doing. I couldn't succeed without her holding down the fort, making sure I'm good, making sure the kids are good. And so I just say, if you do have that woman who's taking care of your kids in your life, just make sure that you're sensitive to all the stuff she's got going on, because she needs help as well. And so if you are able to help her, just help her. And I'm thankful for her, because I couldn't do what I'm doing without her. So thank you to my wife, Felicia, as well. That's all I got, brother.
Well, I'm gonna get my last piece in, and it does make sense. Rob, your mama taught y'all to cut grass. Y'all are from Bowdoin, so.
Yeah, I cut wood or how to
Right.
Man, who you tipping,
we can do all that, boy.
all that?
Like clean fish.
Who you telling?
So I got a story about that. I just visited my mother and my grandmother back at home in the village, and we went fishing, and it was a great time. But my mother was also everything. She taught me everything. I was actually her first barber customer. Like, she learned how to cut hair on my head, and she ended up going to barber school and becoming a professional barber. Now she cuts hair back in the Lake Village. And I actually went home and got a lineup. Y'all can't really tell. It is what it is. And then I cashed out to like $100. So I just try to show my appreciation as much as possible. My mother taught me so much. She used to beat me whenever I messed up. She corrected me afterwards. She taught me how to cook, how to clean, how to wash dishes, how to cut grass, how to play baseball. Just so much. She was my baseball coach when I was in Lake Village. Like, she did so much for me, and I try to show her my appreciation as much as possible. I really don't know what else to say, and I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all those other mothers out there in the world, and all.
Yes, definitely.
I'm gonna get off of Lake Village. We got 3 stoplights.
Hey, definitely. Yeah, to all the moms out there, to all the women that we know, the teachers, who we work with, aunties, sisters, sister-in-law, cousins. Man, shout out to you all, sorors. The whole sororities are part of the Divine Nine. Everybody just keep doing their thing, keep uplifting our kids, and rolling strong.
Yeah, like I said, me and my mother was fishing. Like, as soon as I caught the fish right there on the bank, she cut it up and she cleaned the catfish right there on site. Like, we come from that type of environment. That's neither here nor there. Forget y'all and all y'all jokes, but Black mothers are something special. I really can't say that. They really have molded us black men, and we see the fruits of their labor nowadays because we're trying to do the best that we can, and it shows. With we're all brothers in the same fraternity, came from the same college, so we are, of course, we all did something positive with our lives. And I think that's a testament to the black mothers that we had in our lives. Of course, our black fathers too. We get into that with Father's Day come, but the black mothers really set it in stone and set that foundation to make sure that we were going to be better off than they were when they were young. And I really appreciate my mother for that.
Yeah,
Now, with that being said, we're gonna wrap this up. Any final thoughts from our men today? We're gonna start off with you, T.
I mean, I think we had a good show, man. We touched on some good topics, man. It's always good to kick it with y'all boys, even though y'all be lying half of the time. But you know what I'm saying? We did have a good show. I just want to shout out to all the bros and the moms, you know what I'm saying? I think I saw Miss Mosey in the chat, and that's my line brother mama. And I love her like she my mama, you know what I'm saying? So that's the type of relationship we got as fraternity brothers and all that, man. So shout out to all the moms in the world for holding it down.
As far as close,
I just want go ahead, Corey.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to shout out all the moms out there, man, especially, mother of my children. And I just want to shout out everybody and just say that, hey, we love feedback and help us to become better by giving us feedback. And shout out to the Jew State shirt that Crow is wearing, made by T. And if you want one of those, make sure you solicit that information so that you can get a shirt. And it's more than just a Jew State shirt, because I want to hustle hard shirt myself, and I'm gonna make sure I get one so I can have one myself. And I think the hat that CJB and the hat that T have on, they're both made by T as well. And if you have any products that you want us to wear or promote, shoot us a message or something so we can get that out there as well.
It was a good show. I kind of want to touch back on what Jay Ward said again. Like, our parents didn't make the right financial decisions. They didn't make the right decisions all the time, but they were still learning. So when we became older, we realized what they did, but we have to forgive them for that and move on. It's a blessing to have your mom in your life, so I'm very appreciative of that. Shout out to all the mothers out there. Continue to do a good job. Enjoy your day Sunday. Probably can't celebrate like you want to, but it's still going to be your day.
I definitely want to close out. Let's not forget, everybody, we did touch on domestic violence. Talk it out, walk away. Your life matter, his life matter, vice versa. Your kids need you around, your family wants you around. Let's just have level heads when it comes to heated situations. Also, the dating and committed thing. Let's talk it out. Let's cover communication. Let's know where we're gonna be at in this situation. Make sure you both agree. That way, it won't be any misunderstandings. And then once again, moms, love y'all. Y'all continue to do y'all great things. Shout out to my son's mother for doing her great things. Shout out to all the moms that I do know doing great things. And mom, love you. Definitely miss you.
Wow.
All right, so just as we were sitting here, just some stuff that hit me. It's okay for you to change your perspective when you get more information. It's okay. We realized we did a lot of stuff when we were younger that we thought at the time was a good thing to do, and then as we got older, get more knowledge, we realized we messed up. So it's okay for you to change your opinion and change your thoughts and change your action once you get more information. Again, shout out to the frat, Alpha Beta. Shout out to the bros.
What?
It's very appreciative. It's helping a lot more people than you realize. It's getting out there. People are watching and people are taking on what you're saying. So shout out to you guys. Keep growing, maturing, keep striving, keep flying. Shout out to all the good mothers out there. Keep doing what you're doing because you don't know what impact that your thoughts and actions and words going to have on the next generation. And work out, Black people. Work out. Stay healthy.
And
I got a muscle.
Nah,
I got one muscle.
I'm
like a
getting
little small muscle.
there.
I done gained in the quarantine, man. Chubby, bro.
Hey, shout out to Rob and his wife on
You
Zumba,
see
man.
it.
That's a great workout.
Oh
I can't
yeah,
wait till next
definitely.
Wednesday,
I
man.
did
Drop
it
the
too.
link.
I did it too.
Drop the link, man.
Up under
Yeah.
this page, right?
Getting it
I
in.
missed the live one, but I did it afterwards. After Jay Ward said it was a workout, I checked it out.
Hey, she legit, man. She legit.
All right, I'm gonna leave it with this. First topic: dating versus committed relationship. There is absolutely nothing wrong with dating around. Just make sure you communicate to that person that you are not in a relationship with them. You're trying to find the best person for you, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Just make sure that that communication is there. If she say no to the proposal, like I said, communication. Know who you are proposing to before you propose to them, so there are no issues. That should be talked about and worked out in the beginning. As far as the situation with black celebrities advocating for black people, we said enough on that topic. I don't need to really touch back on that one.
T-Bag.
I ain't gonna say nothing else. We'll talk about it another time. The Earl Thomas situation. If you catch yourself in a situation where your partner's cheating or your partner caught you cheating, step away. Do not put your life in danger or her life in danger or his life in danger over something stupid that can be talked about later and y'all can go y'all separate ways. Like Will Smith said, if he is angry at his partner, they leave the room and wait until they cool down before they come back and actually talk out everything. So make sure you don't make a decision to put your life in danger, that person's life in danger, or make sure your kids have parents to go home to at the end of the day. And Mother's Day, mothers, black mothers, all mothers, we celebrate you. You are doing a great thing for the community. Please keep it up. And that's really all need to be said about that. We're going to support you. We're going to try to be there for you the best we can.
Love, even though we argue over social media, we love y'all. We love y'all.
We love it. Also, to wrap it up, if you have a topic that you want us to discuss, leave it in the comments. We will try to address it. We'll let y'all vote on it, so on and so forth. But let us know. And please support these black businesses. You see the people wearing T clothing on the show right now. If you have anything that you want us to wear on the show, let us know. Send it to. We even purchase it.
Hey, we just letting y'all know how we vent. Just some insight. That's all.
That's all. We just brothers giving, having this outlet to let people know what we think from a black man's perspective. So
if we were sitting around in the room amongst each other, we just getting y'all that camera view.
Yep, this was like 2 years in the making, wasn't it?
2 years.
Finally got it together.
We were tripping for a minute, bro.
Here we go.
We love y'all, though. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all for opening up y'all ears and y'all home and giving us y'all time and listening to us definitely. So we appreciate you guys so much.
And we hope y'all find that partner that y'all looking for. If y'all want to start a dating show too, we might have to go and pop that. We appreciate y'all, and we'll talk to y'all later.
You laughing, but we really do got some good bros, bro. That would make good husbands, man. Like for real. Like we all are career men now.
Alpha Beta men make great husbands.
Oh yeah.
Man.
When they
Alpha Beta men make great husbands.
Yeah.
When
I got
they
a thread.
I'm
gonna bring that thread back up.
When they smile because they don't cheat, they make great husbands.
Make great husbands. We can put it on a shirt. We can put it on a shirt and wear it.
I got a great husband.
And look, after they party walk, they make great husbands.
All right, y'all be easy, be safe, and we're looking forward to seeing y'all next week.
All right. Love y'all. Be good.